The recent return of Jimmy Kimmel to his late-night talk show marks a dramatic turn in a controversy that has sparked fierce debate about free speech and media censorship in the U.S. After being suspended for making jokes related to the death of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk, Kimmel is now set to resume his show Tuesday. But the storm surrounding the incident reveals deep divisions and raises important questions about the boundaries of comedy and political commentary. Disney, the parent company of the network airing Jimmy Kimmel Live, initially suspended the show, citing that some of Kimmel's comments had been ill-timed and thus insensitive. Over several days of careful discussion with Kimmel, Disney decided to bring him back on air, demonstrating a reluctant but firm stance towards balancing sensitivity with creative freedom. This decision came amidst an intense backlash triggered by threats from the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, to revoke ABC's broadcast license, a warning that ignited a heated national conversation on the limits of free speech in media. Adding fuel to the fire, former U.S. President Donald Trump supported Kimmel's suspension and even called for certain television networks to lose their licenses because of what he described as negative coverage of his administration. However, Trump did not comment on Kimmel's reinstatement when asked at a White House event. Many critics and advocates for the First Amendment condemned the suspension as an act of censorship, arguing it undermines fundamental free speech rights. Jimmy Kimmel, a veteran late-night host since 2003 and an experienced Oscars ceremony MC, has remained publicly silent on the suspension and its aftermath, leaving much speculation about his personal views on the controversy. The entire dispute began with Kimmel's monologue on September 15, where he sharply criticized supporters of Trump's Make America Great Again MAGA movement. Kimmel accused them of trying to dissociate the murderer of Charlie Kirk from their group and accused them of exploiting a tragic event for political gain. He also mocked Trump's response to Kirk's death by showing a video in which the president deflects a question about mourning Kirk's passing by shifting focus to the construction of a new White House ballroom, an analogy Kimmel compared to how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. Brendan Carr, chair of the FCC and a Trump appointee, threatened to take formal action against ABC and Disney over these remarks. This official reprimand coincided with a broader push from White House figures like Vice President J.D. Vance, who led efforts to penalize anyone criticizing Kirk after his death, further politicizing the incident. Following Carr's comments, 2 major TV station owners, Nexstar Media and Sinclair Broadcasting, declined to air Kimmel's show indefinitely, a move that ABC backed with the suspension announcement. Carr publicly praised Nexstar for its decision and encouraged other broadcasters to follow suit. Notably, Nexstar is in the process of seeking regulatory approval for a $6.2 billion merger, adding complexity to their stance. While Nexstar and Sinclair remain silent to media inquiries, FCC Commissioner Ana Gomez, the panel's lone Democrat, applauded Disney's eventual decision to stand firm, calling it courageous in the face of government pressure. She thanked citizens from across the political spectrum who protested against what she described as blatant attempts to suppress free speech and pledged to fight these chilling efforts. The backlash to ABC's suspension decision was swift and widespread. Protests erupted in California, while influential organizations such as the Writers Guild, Actors Guild, lawmakers, and the American Civil Liberties Union condemned the move as a direct assault on free expression, warning it could create a dangerous, chilling effect on political satire and commentary. Kimmel's peers in late-night television, including celebrated hosts Jon Stewart, John Oliver, and Stephen Colbert, rallied in his defense. A letter signed by hundreds of celebrities and key Hollywood figures, including Ben Stiller, Jennifer Aniston, Meryl Streep, and Robert De Niro, called the suspension a dark moment for freedom of speech in our nation. underscoring the cultural impact of the controversy. Moreover, some critics have advocated for boycotts of Disney streaming platforms, like Disney Plus and Hulu, as a form of protest, aiming to pressure the entertainment giant financially for its role in suspending Kimmel. This raises further debate about corporate responsibility, artistic freedom, and how far media companies should go when navigating politically charged content. But here's where it gets controversial. Should a comedian's edgy jokes on sensitive political events be censored to protect public sensibilities, or does such censorship dangerously undermine the fundamental right to free expression? And what role should government regulators or media owners play in deciding the limits of comedic commentary? This incident does not just highlight a clash between a media company and a comedian. It reflects the ongoing cultural and political battles over free speech, media influence, and the power dynamics in shaping public discourse. What do you think? Is Kimmel's suspension justified as a matter of corporate responsibility, or is it a troubling precedent for censorship? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.